Good evening and welcome to Celtic Connections. Kate LoConti Alcocer, Associate Artistic Director here at Irish Classical Theatre Company. So this evening we are going to follow up after Fortunato and prior to that Vincent, talking a little bit about the history of Irish Classical, what their influences were here, how the company came to be and was so successful over the past 30 years. And tonight I am going to take that mantle and bring it forward into the future. But before I do that, just a little bit about me for those of you I haven't met yet or might not know. I am also a native Western New Yorker and was born and raised here and met Vincent and Fortune at UB when I was a student there. They were professors in the theater department. Vincent still is. And before Fortunato retired, they both were on the faculty there. I had the distinct pleasure of being both of their students, Fortune for voice class and Vincent for acting, and Vincent also directed me there. And so while I was in college, I got to know them really well. We worked together in many different aspects, and so as the years progressed through school, we got to senior year, and there was an opportunity here at Irish Classical, and Paul Todaro was directing a play called All's Well That Ends Well, Shakespeare play. And it was in the spring, in the 6th slot, and it was during it kind of opened during the last couple weeks of school. And thankfully, I got the job, got the role, and had my first experience here at Irish Classical. So fast forward to 20 years later, it has been a long and incredibly winding and exciting road, my relationship here with this theater. Within those past 2 decades, I've traveled around a lot, worked professionally in New York, off-Broadway while I was getting my master's at Columbia University, and moved home and taught at a couple different schools, and then worked here as well, and then went to Chicago and worked there professionally at the Goodman Theater and Steppenwolf. But always throughout these travels, there was this nagging feeling of homesickness, if you like, to come back to my artistic home and to be near family. And so a couple years ago, I decided to make the move back here. And little did I know, it was around the same time that Vincent and Fortune were kind of thinking about changing some things, moving some things forward, talking about retirement and such. And so the timing worked out that they were looking for a successor. And they approached me about it, and we had wonderful conversations surrounding it. And so for the past, certainly a past year, but about 1.5 years of planning, we have been working on the succession plan. So this past year, I've had a wonderful time working as an apprentice under their leadership before Fortune retired, and certainly now with Vincent moving into his retirement. And have really taken this year to think about the legacy of the company, all of the incredible initiatives and things that have happened over these past 30 years, and then how to move it into the future for the next 30 years. We are in a very interesting time right now, and things change minute by minute. And so this wonderful season that we were working on planning for a whole year this past year, our 30th anniversary season, has had some changes made to it, but it has also presented really unique opportunities for us to be able to look into the future, to think about how we can kind of change the game a little bit, how we can bring ICTC along into this new frontier of what theater looks like. And so we are moving forward and foraging ahead with our 30th season and our plans. Prior to things changing so much, we had a wonderful retrospective season planned. So some titles of some of your favorites, which you may remember in the past, but also dotted in with some new titles and some ways of looking forward through the lens of modernity to look at some classics through a modern lens. Things have shifted slightly, but tonight I can talk about one initiative that we have in the planning stages, and that is a digital production of a play called C. Marks by Gardner McKay. Now, this might be a familiar title to you because it is the play that opened our Calumet space way back when, and Vincent and Josephine starred in it. It's two people who meet at a wedding, and after the wedding they go back to their respective towns and they communicate long distance. We all know what that's like lately. And they have one meeting one night, and then, well, I won't tell you the rest. But we are going to use that script as a digital production for the fall. So we will fully rehearse it. We will film it here in the Andrews Theater, and then our film production company will work diligently to edit it together and to put it together for a release in mid-October. And we're so excited about this for lots of reasons, but not the least of which because we didn't want to take a hiatus. We unfortunately had to end our season early this past season, and we didn't want too much time to pass before engaging with our patrons, which is why we're doing Celtic Connections throughout the summer. And we believe that that will lead us really well into the fall with our digital production. So C-Marks will be coming to you in October. And along with that, we will also continue to work on our new initiatives. The exciting thing about this unknown time is that we can put some things in place that we might not have in the past, like the digital production. But even before all of this, we were talking about implementing ideas for initiatives of diversity and inclusion and bolstering our education program, and of course, finding ways to broaden our reach locally, nationally, and internationally through digital platforms. So we'll be working on some new things with those ideas. And then a little bit later on in the season, we hope to bring everybody back here and gather into the theater for our next plays leading into 2021. We are very happy to partner with 710 Theater Shays across the street and produce Farinelli and the King, a whimsical, magical look that is, it's a modern play, it's a new play, but it also talks about a period in time that's historic and really incredible to shine a light on. So we're excited to do a collaboration with 710 for that. And then a little bit later in the season, next season, we will also be bringing back Onion Game, The Onion Game by Brian Delaney, our playwright in residence. So for those of you who weren't able to see it, you'll be able to have a chance to see it in June of next year, or if you already saw it, definitely come back because a year's a long time and things can change. So we've got a lot of ideas brewing around, and even though the lights may be dim, I can promise you that a lot of work is happening behind the scenes. So stick with us, and thank you so much for your support, and we look forward to bringing you into 2021. Have a good evening, and remember to tune in next Friday at 7:30, same Irish channel, same Irish time. Thank you, and take care. Good night.